Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. This is Brother Muhammad Abu Shwaib from Coventry. Just doing a short video, to be honest, regarding the events that's been taking place in Leicester. And it's interesting because just across the road, just where I'm parked now, across there is a Hindu temple. And as you can see, there's two police officers standing outside this Hindu temple. It's quite interesting because today, between 6 and 8 p.m., the controversial Hindu speaker is supposed to come today here in Coventry, but there are rumors that it's going to be cancelled. But also, as you can see, there is a police presence outside the temple here on Stony Stanton Road. The interesting scenario is that this area is highly influenced amongst the Muslim community. There is a huge Muslim community here, and I don't think they will kind of like sit back and wait till any violence, because the youth here in Coventry, they have a different mentality. And the interesting part is, guys, is that they're from the Gujarati community here in Coventry, and Gujarati are, I don't know, related to the Indian kind of like culture or mentality. And I hope that the Hindus don't turn up today. But there is a rumor that the Hindu activist is not going to turn up today. But when I was here yesterday, they were painting the Hindu temple, were painting the temple, and as you can see, there is definitely a police presence here outside the temple. But if you go further up the road, which is a masjid not far from here, it's probably one of the biggest mosques in Coventry. It's called Zinatul Islam, and not far from there are other masajids close by. And this is a very diverse community of Muslims here, and I don't think they will actually sit back and watch if anything will happen. I think it will kick off quite bad here. I think it'll be worse than Leicester here, to be honest, because the youth here are the Muslim youth here they're educated here, mashallah. They're not like thugs and stuff, and at the same time they are very into martial arts and MMA and stuff. A lot of the Muslim brothers here, as you can see, there's a police vehicle just parked up now, checking up and that. So as you can see, there's two police officers outside the Hindu temple. But when I went towards the Muslim masjid, the Muslim places of worship, there's no police presence whatsoever. There is no police presence. But outside the Hindu temple, as you can see, there are two police officers. You got PCSOs walking around. You got called the bread vans. You got the police vehicles driving up and down. And yeah, so it's interesting, guys. I just want to know what's your take on that. The reports of this being over the fights and the drama is being over a cricket match. I don't think it's been over a cricket match at all. I think this has just been a lie by the media. So I'd love to know what your thoughts on that, guys. And I'll be happy to listen to what you've got to say. And hopefully I'm planning to do a stream. Maybe I've just come out of hospital myself. I haven't been feeling too well. I've just actually got out the house today, so I can pick my kids up from school, but I'm still feeling slightly weak. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. So yeah, guys, as you can see, I'm just parked opposite the temple, the Hindu temple, where this Hindu activist is supposed to come and do her speech. It's planned for today between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock today. But there's rumors of it that this Hindu activist is not going to turn up and it's been cancelled. Nevertheless, when I drove past here yesterday, that they were painting and decorating the temple like for some particular event or some activity. So sorry, I didn't see the last comment. I'm using my phone, so guys, forgive me. Yeah, I'm totally new to this kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting what's going to take place today. But like I mentioned, the brothers and sisters here in Coventry, alhamdulillah, they're very educated religiously, and also they're very active when it comes to boxing and martial arts and lifting weights. And I don't think they are going to sit back for the Hindus to come and start causing trouble here, because they ain't going to take it, because the brothers and sisters here in the Coventry, they're very organized and they're very disciplined, and they know how to take and look after themselves. The scenes what we saw in Leicester and in Smethwick, I think the other day, is not going to happen here. I think it will be more physical here because, like I mentioned, the gyms and the places that like people learn to learn how to fight and defend themselves are run by Muslims, and the people who attend the gyms and these boxing classes and the kickboxing and the MMA style kind of jiu-jitsu and stuff are done by majority Muslims here. So it's going to be very interesting, guys, to see what happens later on today if this Hindu activist turns up here in Coventry. It's going to be very interesting. So I'm hoping, inshallah, nothing happens here in Coventry, because Coventry is such a multicultural and diverse community. You hardly get any negative interactions between the faiths and the community groups. One thing that does surprise me is the fact that nobody has really come out and spoke about it. Nobody from the police have spoke about it. The so-called, elected members of parliament here in Coventry, which again is very diverse. We have a huge Muslim, Muslim influence amongst the council and the political powers. So it's going to be really interesting, and inshallah, stay tuned. And if I'm able to kind of feel up to it, I'll keep you guys updated and maybe get some interviews and get some more footage. But once again, guys, I pray that nothing happens here. There are some cars arriving now at the Hindu temple right now, and the funny thing is, guys, is that the police are here outside the temple, but there's no police outside the mosques. I do find it simple. I do find it quite surprising, guys. I think there's a bigger conspiracy going on here. I really do, guys. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I think there is something dodgy going on. And yeah, it's weird, and it's strange. The police are here outside the temple, but there's no police outside the mosques. Another a van going, as you can see, a police vehicle pulling up now outside the temple, going inside the temple now, parked outside. You know what? This is so suspicious. Maybe there is gonna be something going on here. Maybe the Hindu organization group is gonna turn up here. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And I've got these two young males here now, dressed in black and stuff. This is interesting. Because I really don't want to see any violence here in Coventry. But to be honest, in one way, this is a wake up call for the Muslims that, you know, we are the kind of like last great wall of China. I think the levels of morals are only, left with Islam now and the Muslims. I think they are trying to destroy Islam. There's a lot of police presence here, guys. Like within like what, 10 minutes now or so, there's been about 4 police cars. There's been this bread van, whatever they call it, parked outside the Hindu temple. I just really hope, guys, that nothing kicks off here. But the funny, we gotta really question the people who organize these events. Do they really like vet these speakers to find out, who they are? Because they must know that who these Hindu speakers are. They must know, guys. I'd love to hear you give some feedback in the chat and that. What do you think? Do you think they know who these Hindu speakers are and they want these Hindu speakers to come? And I can understand if somebody wants to give a spiritual talk, to boost up your faith and your iman. I can understand that. But to call her like an organization that want to eliminate Muslims and stuff, I think that's they must know. They must know, guys. So I'd love to. What do you think? So I'm planning to maybe come back later on here in the evening and maybe just sit outside and see what takes place. And I think, when they're on about these loads of Hindus coming, I think they come for the lecture. I think that's what happens. I think they come for this particular person, this terrorist, this nasty individual who just want to stir up trouble. And I think that's what happens. I think, these loads of people come and just to listen to her talk. And maybe the same thing will happen here in Coventry where, the people will turn up. But as you can see now, there's a police van parked right outside the entrance of the Hindu temple. Oh, that's interesting. That's a good point. That's a good point. That the elderly, the heads of the temple are elderly and they don't really understand what's going on. I can understand that. But I'm sure there are the young people who go to the temple and they must question who this spokesperson is or something. So yeah, it is kind of interesting, guys. Do you know what I mean? Definitely interesting. So yeah, I love to understand the thought process, of this. I'm really getting worried because, like I mentioned, here in Coventry, we are quite diverse and everybody really gets on and so forth. We don't want to see any violence here in Coventry. And, my advice to all the brothers and sisters from the Muslim community is just stay away, guys. Don't get involved. Of course, if they're going to attack you and attack your property, family members, then defend yourself, of course. But don't come here and try to, what we saw more in Smethwick. What we saw in Smethwick was quite disturbing, where you got so-called groups of Muslims, like just being disrespectful and stuff, and the Hindu thugs weren't there, just like people from the temple itself. And again, what the brother just mentioned, who are gonna come and give the talk and so forth. So it's quite sad to see, and I don't want to see this, guys. I really don't want to see any of this stuff go down. and the Kurdish community, these Hindu, extremists turn up. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting. So yeah, guys, in the comments, give me some feedback. What do you think? What do you think? Was it over a cricket match? I mean, any news from Kenny Byrne? Traveling and stuff, working and traveling. So I hope he's well, inshallah. I know brother Kenny Boma is, his book has been released, and mashallah, he's doing fantastic work. Alhamdulillah. Also, the brothers and sisters from EA Dawa and Isa Dawa, and of course, my brother, Friendly Muslim. MashaAllah, I always watch them. Recently, I just come out of hospital myself. I haven't been feeling too well, had an infection, and I'm not 100% right now. I'll probably say I'm at 70%. I haven't trained or anything. I've lost weight. It's weird, I was in hospital for 2 days and I lost so much weight, and I haven't even trained at all. So this is like my first time I've actually come out the house just to see what's going on. But I'm sitting in my car because I can't walk and lift. Even now when I'm talking, the medication is kind of really heavy on my head, and I find it quite difficult. So yeah, guys, inshallah, stay tuned, and inshallah, I'll keep you updated. As you can see, there is the police presence outside the temple, but there's no police presence outside the mosques here in Coventry. I mean, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Inshallah. The doctors basically said 7 to 10 days. I need to rest and for me to be 100% again. So inshallah, and I find that really difficult, guys, for me to rest and that, because I'm very active in that. So I find it really difficult. So today is kind of my first day where I've actually got out the house. Yesterday, I think I went in the garden and checked out my tomato plants and my corn plants and my apple tree and stuff. And yeah, I still, alhamdulillah, I don't feel the best, but inshallah, I'll recover. The funny thing is, the doctors actually kind of checked me over, and they said that the fact that I keep fit and I'm active, that really helped me with my illness, and it's going to help me recover quickly. But that's what they said. So, I was quite happy about that. So, alhamdulillah. So, guys, jazakumullah khair for tuning in, and hopefully I'll keep you updated with this event that's going to take place, or supposed to take place. You got more vehicles going into the temple now, guys. I definitely think the event's going to take place. I really do think, because yesterday they were painting the temple, making it, more kind of what you call it, more attractive, more attractable. Is that right? They're doing the paint. They put some CCTV in the car park now. Yeah, this is what they said. They said that I've been kind of fitness has really helped me, but my fasting, I think I push my body too much. And to be honest, they say for a man of your age, you should be just doing the 45-minute a day kind of exercise and stuff. And me, 45 minutes is just a warm up. So maybe it is a sign for me to kind of relax a bit. And so alhamdulillah. So guys, jazakumullah khair. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Please keep eating your du'as, and maybe you probably see me soon on a podcast or something. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.